This is a 2025 GMC Canyon Denali, and in this video we're going to discuss some of the changes they made. I borrowed this truck from Seiner, Buick GMC here in South Jordan, Utah. It is available for sale. Be sure to ask for Frank. Let's go ahead and check out the window sticker so you guys see options and features on this build. At the very top is the description with the colors, and then here is a short listing of the standard equipment. Be sure to pause to see more. Base price comes in at $52,000, and this one only has the sunroof for $1,000, underbody cameras for $500. The paint was $495. Destination is $1,595 with a total price of $55,590. And here are the Philly comment numbers off to the side. I went back and watched my last video I did on a Denali from 2024. So this went up $595. And the reason why the price went up is because they added the pro grade trailering system as standard equipment. So that's going to give you the blind zone, steering assist, in-vehicle trailer app, trailer hitch, 7-pin connector, and then trailer brake controller. So those features were an option last year. Now they're standard. So apart from that, this is basically the same pickup truck from last year. Now as you get a little bit closer, you guys can see this does have the projector style headlights, full LED including the turn signals and daytime running lights. Down below you see the fog lights kind of like in the center just above that grille that's finished in chrome. There is a camera right there. And then check out the ground clearance. They do give you a better approach angle with this bumper design. You have that silver accent there, black recovery hooks, and a little bit of skid plates down there. Always like the hood design on this truck, very aggressive. Now I forgot to turn out the wheel, but this does have a double wishbone suspension. And that is really nice because that's why this truck rides so good. And you guys see the tires here? These are the Bridgestone Dueler ATs. So they're going to be a 275/60 20-inch wheel, 6 lug as you guys see. And these tires are basically 33 inches even, 10.8 inches wide. So I just showed it to you earlier. It's a pretty big tire, especially for this not being the actual hardcore off-road truck. And if you care to see the capacity of the tire, 2,679 pounds at 44 psi max. I will show you guys the payload, excuse me, on the door here. 4 piston brakes, fabric material for the liner, and then here's a side view. There is a Denali Black Edition or something. It's like $3,500, and all it does is give you black 20-inch wheels. I think it's not worth the coin that they're asking, personally. You have the clearance lights on these fender flares. It would be nice to see an option to paint these. A little bit of chrome on those mirror caps, more cameras, blind spot monitoring, smart key system for the front doors only, and then you have those fixed running boards down below. Crew cab, short bed configuration, it's the only way you can get it. And this does have a wide body too, which comes standard on these trucks. And you guys see back there, those are your leafs. You have 4 leafs. That bottom one being a helper spring, and they do e-coat the frames. And check that out. They do give you a liner out back. Some truck manufacturers will not give this to you for some reason. And then here's where we're gonna fill up at. Regular fuel, 21.5 gallon fuel tank. And these taillights have a mixture of LED and incandescent bulbs. You guys can see you have a step right there. Rear parking sensors, however, no front parking sensors on this truck, and it's not even available at $55,000. 4 and 7-pin for your receiver hitch, which now comes standard. And this does have a 342 rear with a locker. And check that out. You pretty much have a matching tire, but the wheel is an alloy with same size, which is nice. Now this is assisted, and I like the fact that they give you the storage here. It is waterproof too. Spray and bed liners there. You have your tie downs. You have 2 on each corner, and you have your 120 volt power plug. Defrost with a manual sliding glass. I do hope that they make these a little bit better in the future, because you really got to push down to get them to lock in. Here's a side view of the truck out back. Now I know some people have mixed feelings about the 4-cylinder turbo, but let's admit it, these engines put out pretty big horsepower and torque. Just go back 15 years or so. That proves that these engines do make sense in mid-size pickups. Now, depending on who you talk to, they definitely don't make sense in half tons. So this is the exact same engine that's found in the Silverado half tons. It's going to be putting out 310 horsepower and 430 pound-feet of torque. It's the only engine option available, and it's pretty overbuilt, so it's going to have a more rigid cylinder block casting, 30% stiffer crankshaft, and a fully forged bottom end. So all in all, I mean, let's face it, this is where the manufacturers were going. Hopefully we do see another engine option available. I think that for this price point, a naturally aspirated 6-cylinder, maybe like a high output version that you can burn premium in, would be kind of cool. I mean, I would love to see the 5.3 make its way into this truck, but we know that's not going to happen. But it would be cool though. But yes, all in all, 8-speed transmission behind it, 342 rear, as I said earlier. Let's go ahead and check out the interior. This is still the only interior color you can get for Denali, but it's executed very well. I love the diamond stitching they give you here, all leather wrapping. You have this lighter color leather here. This wood is porous, so you can feel that. A little bit of satin there and here. Seat memories, no power folding outside mirrors. However, you do have auto up and down for the driver's side, auto down for everything else. Spot there for a bottle. Bose sound system is on this one too. 10-way seat, including lumbar. Look at some of the piping and stitching. Perforated leather. More of that diamond stitch on the sides of the bowstring. It says Denali there. And those headrests do not tilt, but they do go up and down. By the way, these seats are heated and ventilated. And look how thick the steering wheel is too. Passenger side, 8-way seat. And this part of the cushion does not go up and down. But check out the dash. Really nice design. More of that wood. More of that satin. More of that diamond stitch. More hard plastics. Hard plastics everywhere in this truck. That is definitely something they need to fix for the refresh. And it's pretty easy to get in and out. Now out back, they do cheapen out just a little bit. You do lose some of the wood trimming here, but that's pretty typical in these mid-size pickups. A lot of them do it, except for I think Toyota. I think that they might, you know, allow you to have more of that trimming out back. Seat back pocket on both sides. Sometimes you lose one depending on the trim levels too. 60/40 bench. Ford Ranger doesn't offer this. It all goes up together. And as I said on the outside, you have this manual sliding glass. Armrest. Sometimes you even lose these, even in the half-ton segment. You don't have air vents on the Ranger, but you have them here, 2 USBs, 120 volt power plug, cup holders. Let's jump back over to the driver's seat. They do have some animations for the screens. Push button start right there. Here are some of your buttons for your seating controls. If you want to heat your steering wheel, buttons right there. Let's go ahead and push this button. You have I believe this is a 12-inch screen, 11.3 over there. If you push this button, you can see you can change the displays. You have navigation that pops up over here too. You have this off-road screen here. And then you have this calm screen. Now on this side, there's a few menus that you have to remove. If you put it in reverse, you do have a 360 camera. You saw the cameras on the front and rear on the sides. It makes up this view here. They also give you these views. Good for going off-road, or actually no, I have to turn the cameras on in here. But yeah, if you want to park using this, those will help you show where you are in the lines, which is nice. Also, if you go back here, you do have these backup lines here. This is for your trailer, or you can have absolutely nothing. And you guys probably saw this one did have the underbody cameras. These are very cool. So if you want, you can see a full screen. You can also turn off your bird's eye so you have a better view underneath. And if you want front and rear, they have that. Or if you just want both cameras down below, you have that. If you want to clean off the cameras, they have a sprayer for that too. So yeah, they're the only truck that has that. That is really cool. You can also move things around on the screen. I do like this vehicle status. Your trip information is now here. So if you want to move this over to this display, you can. Also, I like to see temperature, so they have coolant, transmission, oil pressure, and they give you an actual number for it too. I love that. You can't even get that on the half tons or HDs. I'm sure you'll get that for the redesign, however. Now, you probably noticed there's not a lot of controls on the outside. So if you push this little icon at the very top, here's some of the icons listed here. You can see more controls. Now, just below the screen, you have your button here to put all the windows down together, which is good for those hot days. Auto stop start can be disabled if you like. Caution lights, lane keep assist, and then you have auxiliary. 2 USBs, wireless charger. You have 4-wheel drive auto and your drive modes here. Electronic parking brake. 2 cup holders. And they do wrap this. This looks a little bit updated for this year. This does come out too. And on the roof, they're still using incandescent light bulbs here. This is how you control that sunroof. No spot up here for sunshades. And this is new for 2025 too. Looks a little bit more premium compared to last year. Black liner on the roof, and then here's that sunroof. Let's go ahead and check out the payload numbers. Gross axle weight rating out front is going to be 3,500 pounds. The rear is 3,600 pounds. Gross vehicle weight rating is 6,250 pounds. 20/9 wide wheels. And then here is the payload, 1,354 pounds. 35 PSI all the way around for the tires. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I think that a lot of people complain about the pricing on these trucks, but when has there ever been a time in history where a mid-sized pickup truck had heated and ventilated seats, has pretty much every option you could ever want on a pickup? I know some people will complain, well, we don't need this crap, but you always have an elevation trim which starts under 40 grand, which is still expensive, but once you get a dealer discount, you can probably get it close to that mid 35,000 range. But be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. Make sure your bell notifications are on. See you guys soon.